So yeah, for this video, as you see, I'm not like usually in my room today, to be honest. It was like the first day I moved into college. I'm moving in UNC Greensboro. Definitely I'm excited and hopefully, I can upload more videos. And since like I got a bit more views, from last video, the first video, I'm definitely gonna like try doing another one. And I'm probably gonna surround this more like the expectations of Chelsea, mostly after the first two games, and like kind of more my perception like before the season started. So yeah, I did watch this yeah UEFA Super Cup yesterday with Chelsea and Liverpool, and yeah, I was very surprised. They got to penalties. To be honest, Chelsea did very very well. The midfield was superb. Conte, he was like the man of the match for me. He definitely like he's trying everything he can. Of course, like he used to winning big things. Like Premier League, the World Cup, FA Cup. Yeah, yeah, I think it's FA Cup maybe. I don't know, forgot, but the Europa League. So of course, for him, it means a lot. So yeah, and Jorginho, he did also very well. Just like the way he played. The midfield role. It's like you know many many more fans are looking at him like very different from last season. Since he was like only stuck to the deep line playmaker, but now he can be more advanced. He can be more kind of more free. And of course, like having like Conte beside him kind of helps him a bit, like with the defensive liabilities in the defense, because Kovacic. I mean, as great as a playmaker he is as well, he's not that good of a defender. Same with Jorginho, like he can defend, but it's not really consistent, not reliable. Of course, when I heard that Conte did start yesterday, of course, I was very very happy, and of course, I really appreciate that. And yeah, I think we were really unlucky sometimes, especially when it came to penalties. I kind of knew when Tammy Abraham like was like the fifth person. I kind of like knew it's like we were gonna lose because like being the fifth person and like making this go to like sudden death for penalties. Of course, like he never really played in the well, he did play in the championship final, but he never played in a game like this magnitude in his life. So for him, this is what like his very first important game. Most of these young players too. Christensen, Zuma, Abraham, Mount. Well, they all played, in their very first like true important game. It's like, talking about Emerson too, and yeah, I think Chelsea really played well. We created some good chances too. Like you know, Liverpool did dominate like most. Well, not I won't say most, but like they usually like dominate other teams, but not like as much as yesterday. And yeah, I think Kepa was really unlucky in the first goal when yeah, I can't pronounce names again today. All right, okay, so it's not Salah, not Firmino, Mane, yeah. When Mane scored the first goal, because Kepa did had a hand on this, but of course, like it deflected back, it deflected off the ground, and Mane was able to like recover it and just score it, like. But I'm not really too mad, because I kind of predicted that like we wouldn't really win the Super Cup, you know. And yeah, just talking about expectations, it's very hard, because like, we're a club, we're a top contending club, like ever since Roman Abramovich, became manager, like we're a threat, but this season we're not, that's like, for Chelsea fans, that's like the first year, to be honest, like, kind of feeling, that we probably won't really gain anything, win any trophies, because I don't know if this is a fact, but I heard from a source that ever since 2000, Chelsea has played in at least one final, where that's like a domestic, international, uh, but yeah, just one final, and that that shows that Chelsea is a very big team in Europe and in England. And yeah, of course, the transfer ban doesn't help a lot either because, there's not really much Frank Lampard can do, but definitely like improving the younger players, I definitely want to see Tomori, playing like the EFA Cup, maybe the FA Cup. And yeah, But yeah. Speaking about the United game, oh yeah, that was shocking in the second half. Like, it was absolutely horrifying. Like, first half we did really good. We was very unlucky once again. With Abraham hitting the post, and I think it was I don't remember who else hit I think it was Barkley, but yeah. Like we were very unlucky, and then like second half started. Like, um, Oli as the wheel now. Yeah, he definitely started starting up the engine at the second half. I don't know what he told his players, but our defense then that second half was shocking. It was like many players was just going behind our defense. Like the counter attack. Rashford, Lingard, Pogba, and like Martial. Very real. Of course, like Man United like went on the counter attack. They're a very quick team, especially now with Lukaku being gone. Of course, like they're more of a I don't like I only seen one game, but definitely from like the preseason. I haven't watched like really a lot, but many people tell me they play like high intensity. They want possession. They want to like get the ball as fast as they can. And yeah, um, in 4-0, of course, like I was bit. Like by the third goal, it's kind of like, oh man, here we go. But it's not like the 4-0, that's not the worst scoreline to be on in that particular game. You got many worse like 4-0s, but this one, was kind of a fortunate 4-0. Of course, I'm not mad at that at all. But yeah, uh, I just really wish we didn't capitulated in the second half. But yeah, expectations. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like one by one. So Premier League, for example, I'm expecting probably six to be honest. At the most, like it would be very good if we did get like fourth, but I mean I highly doubt this. When Man City and Liverpool being top two, and probably Arsenal being three, Tottenham four, Man United could come back to five. Like okay, I feel like it's between Manchester United or Chelsea to become fifth or sixth. Like even though Man United did really good, in the transfers with some of them, they haven't really recovered from like the under Herrera and like Lukaku. Like they really need like replacements. Of course, Greenwood can be that player, like just working up in the bench, but having like Pereira, like Andres Pereira, like started. I mean, I don't really. I mean, it's kind of really weird. It's like they don't really have the best depth, and I think that's what's gonna hurt them. Later on in the season. I mean, not now, of course, but later on. Of course, like not using like Alexis Sanchez and probably Fred maybe. Yeah, it's gonna hurt them, but yeah, it's gonna be tied between fifth or sixth. But yeah, EF, EFL Cup. I'm not really. I mean, I'm not really too worried, but I'd be very happy with like if we do win this. I think that's very unlikely, but yeah. Sorry, just hearing like a lot of noises in my room. Of course, like first night, I haven't really lived in this type of situation, so yeah. But yeah, EFL Cup. I feel like we might have a chance. Like I know Lampard probably gonna like just focus on like the bench, during like Zappacosta, Tamori, probably Zuma. Um, who else am I thinking of? Mount, of course. I don't know if Barkley gonna really play a big factor in the EFL Cup, but you definitely him. Maybe Kovacic. We have a lot of great, a lot of great substitutes. Just people in the bench. Of course, like Jero can play Batshuayi, and yeah, of course, Pedro and William can start together. And yeah, FA Cup, it's always. I mean, I know the Lampard did very good, last year, like with the team he had, with Derby County, like he did beat United. I think beat Swansea or South. I can't remember what team they beat before they beat United, but the performance he did against United, was top class. Like I'm expecting that type of performance in the FA Cup, hopefully, because like, once Lampard kind of knows like how to use the team. like after a couple months, I think he will get the hang of it. He's gonna have a really great start of the lineup, and yeah, I mean, I'm not down with him as a coach at all. Like, he got he lost at the finals last year, but I mean, he definitely improved. He definitely showed quality he used. They improved, even though it's like, they still didn't get promoted. I think they got six. Yeah, they got six. But yeah, I'm not really down on that at all. That's a first year manager. Like, that's really good. Like, as a professional. You see many other managers, kind of not really, getting sacked, not finishing as high. But for Lampard, with with him being United, and yeah, that's always going to be very good. And let's see what else I'm going to cover. Of course, it's the Super Cup we already lost. Now we have one more thing, that's the Champions League. Now, I don't really know the draw. I think the draw is tomorrow, but yeah, I don't really know how we're gonna do the Champions League. It's like, of course, it's not gonna be like our real main focus, because like we have probably no chance of winning. Maybe getting to the group stage, and that's gonna be a risk. But yeah, um, I think definitely Lampard gonna be up to the test. Playing in the Champions League. Of course, it means a lot to him, especially like first timers like Abraham and Mount and Barkley. Like they're all gonna and Zuma and Christensen. They're actually gonna get and Kepa too. I forgot. Like I don't think he played in the Champions League, but yeah, for them your squad, that would be definitely an exciting. They're gonna definitely be happy. They're gonna be motivated. And of course, like me, I don't mind this one bit, but yeah. Depending the draw we have, I hope we can win at least two games, but I feel like we might go back to the Europa League this season. Like I feel like we can finish third in the group, just depending like just the teams we have. I mean, we can we can get second, of course, but I don't really see us going first. And of course, like when it comes to like round of 60, that's always gonna be hard. So yeah, and yeah, expectations, of course, like I'm not asking for too much. It's like, of course, if we are in the relegation zone or something like that, of course, I'm gonna be very worried. I definitely want Lampard to be gone if we're in the relegation zone. But for now, as long as we're contending for top 10 at the most, I focus on top six. And yeah, just as long as we're improving the young players, as we have Pulisic, tomorrow, of course, I can go on and on about them. But yeah, as long as they're improving, absolutely no problem. I think Frank Lampard's gonna be a really great manager. Um, and yeah, of course, expectations in the transfer window. I mean, we're currently in the band, but as I said in the last video, I think Pedro, William, more of the experience, more of the older. I think they're gonna leave. I don't feel like Marcos Alonso would, be back in Chelsea. Of course, with Emerson starting, now all the games, Frank Lampard put more their face towards him over Alonso. Of course, like for me, of course, Emerson, that's a good left back, but he's not Chelsea material, just what we have right now, it's like we can't really complain too much. And of course, Marcos Alonso, 2 years ago with Conte, yeah, Antonio Conte, he was really excellent. But of course, I think it's just the system we were playing in. Yeah, we played Liverpool in a 4-3-3, so yeah. If it was like if he played in his natural position, natural left wing back, of course, it's always going to be very beneficial for him. He doesn't have to worry about like the defensive responsibilities too much. But yeah, well, that's all I'm going to cover about the Chelsea game. Yeah, also gonna I forgot to mention about the preview Chelsea against Leicester. It's going to be in Stamford Bridge, and of course, um, I don't really know what to say. I mean, to be honest, if the performance we had against Liverpool, I hope we continue that, but probably not. But if we can really contend Liverpool that game, I think we can beat most teams in the Premier League. Hopefully, like Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Burnley. I can go on and on. Crystal Palace. Um, but yeah, I'm expecting a 2-1 to win at the most. If it's a draw, I won't mind at all. But I just don't think we're gonna lose. I think Lampard got this now. I think third time now the chance. And yeah, well, it was great. I'm not gonna record most of these videos during here probably because I'm gonna go back home like during the weekend. So yeah, that's where usually most of the games are. I'm probably gonna cover like the Champions League and like the FA Cups, like probably my room, my dorm. But other than that, most of the time it's gonna be like at my house. But yeah, I hope y'all will have an amazing day. Of course, like I'm rooting for Chelsea and to Sunday's game against Leicester. So yeah.